Hey, and welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode. Hey, and welcome back to Turo Fitness Podcast. Today, I'm diving into something that a lot of us deal with, and myself also, and that is emotional snacking. So that moment when you reach for the chocolate chips or that third spoon of peanut butter, not because you are physically hungry, but because you are stressed, bored, overwhelmed, or just simply tired or done for the day. And so if you have ever said, I know what to do, I just don't do it, or I just need more willpower, this episode is for you. But before diving into that episode, a quick story. I recently just came back from women's ice hockey World Championships, and it went. We had an amazing tournament, and it was just so interesting for me to see that. Like, obviously, tournament went well. We had a great effort. We set a new record. We becoming first women's team who won the tournament, all games without getting any goal against. So everything went well. Whole team, all players, all coaching staff, amazing job. Really proud of be part of that group and there. But like for me, it's always like when you have a chance to travel and look a little bit how the life is in other countries, how people are behaving, what is like how people are looking like. Of course, that is not the main thing, but it's just for me, it's when you go to buy groceries and you are looking like how people are, how is the general people looking, and what they are actually buying, what kind of products. Like, of course, I'm not going to look into their what everybody is having, but just in general, when you are standing in a line and you are looking like that, what people are buying. And it was, for me, it's really opening experience to see like how many people are buying different kind of sugary drinks, sweets, like unhealthy snacks, like chips, all that kind of stuff. And you barely not see any like vegetables or lean products. It's like a fast food, and it's, of course, it just tells a lot about the behavior, what is there. And then for me as a coach, if you are buying those, like, I'm not saying that you can't buy those things, because I buy those things every once in a while for myself too. But if your shopping cart is looking like that, there is like 80% stuff is just some fast food, chips, what you want to eat. So you don't have to wonder if you have problems, like, or somebody is going to, in your household, somebody is going to eat them. Otherwise, you wouldn't buy them. And it's just interesting to see what people are buying, what they are doing, and also like how is that marketing working. Like, because, for example, for us, I haven't seen here in Italy it a lot, but like some marketing for protein bars, for example. In England, they were big things, like you see that protein bar. And then when I look the nutritional information, it has like bars like which were marketed as a protein bar. They had 7 grams of protein with over 200 calories. And that is like, I was looking like that, okay, you can market it, but if you actually, it's like for me, this kind of ratio is basically it's just a candy bar with little bit more protein, what you don't find in some Snickers or just some chocolate bar. So it's a candy bar for me, just with little bit of protein. But that is not, if you think that you are eating as a source of protein, no. It's not very good source of protein. You might have some other there, some nuts or something, but it's those are candy bars, and you have to nowadays like the marketing. What you find if there is you see a big sign protein bar or something, look a little bit nutritional information and what is behind. So it's not always what you are like. There are so many products what you could be choosing instead and getting a lot more, which is not maybe even not marketed as a high protein snack. And of course, there are some like different kind of protein bars where you have 15, 20 grams of protein with the same amount of calories. So, but it's of course it's not always, there's also quality, what ingredients you have in. So it's kind of complicated, but in general, more kind of whole foods you are buying, which are like one ingredient foods. If you have a banana, you have an orange, you have a tomato. Those are kind of the best things what you could be doing, and or if you look protein sources, just one as simple as possible. But I will talk more about kind of snacks in this episode and things what I recently have tried myself, and maybe there are some helpful tips for you. But so let's talk about what actually that emotional snacking, what it actually is, why it happens, and how you can stop relying on willpower and start building a healthier, more supportive relationship with food. So what is that actually that emotional snacking? What it actually is? So emotional snacking is an eating to change how you feel, not to satisfy your physical hunger. It's a coping mechanism. So and there's always some kind of trigger why what is causing that, and usually the most common triggers are stress, boredom, fatigue, loneliness, procrastination, or simply some habit. For example, that what my personal habit, which I'm not very proud of it, but I have been working on it. It's that I always snack after dinner when I watch Netflix. So it's more like kind of habitual habit, and I have tried myself, of course. As you will learn from later this episode, it's not about being perfect. It's just about understanding what is happening, and then how to actually make some changes and improve it. So important note that it is normal. You are not broken or you are not weak. Your brain is wired to seek comfort, and food is it's just a fast and accessible way to do it. And if you are ever looking for comfort from food, that is not the best way to do it. So in but of course, what we want to do it. So how to actually find some different things is that you have to first of all to understand that what is really going on, and then interrupt the automatic pattern. So you have to replace it with something that actually helps in the long term. So these are normal things, and now we are going to go through all these kind of things, what is actually happening, why it's happening, and then automatic pattern. Like for me, my own example is that, like I said, that I always snack after dinner when I watch Netflix. So this is kind of bad habit. Of course, I know it that it is happening. I might struggle with it's kind of often like I think it's more boredom, or like kind of that when you are like if you are all day long, like for me, my brain is going on, it's thinking. You go from meeting to another meeting. You have things to do, like long days starting from 6 a.m. And finally, like in some evenings, usually when I have group courses, I'm home at 8:30 in the evening. And then it's like that you lay down and you are like, now it's time to relax, or you are like, when you are not doing anything, and then you are like, okay, when you are used to go all the time, function all the time, and then it's that food is there that, okay, I can't just be without doing anything. So this is kind of my situation, and I said, because I'm also a person who really loves to eat. It's not that I'm not picky eater. I eat basically everything, and I love food, probably even too much. But with these things, like I have to learn some ways how to actually find another ways or smarter ways to do it. Because otherwise, if I would snack chips or sweets all night, uh, I would have huge problem with my weight management and everything. So this is hopefully these strategies, they will help you also. So, but of course the thing is that if I would rely on willpower, if I tell myself that I can't do it, that would maybe work for short period of time, but it would not be the long-term solution. And why that willpower actually, that method is not going to work. So, because you don't have a willpower problem, because willpower, it's like a battery, like it's limited and it drains quickly. So if you think that you have every single day we have certain amount of willpower, so it's there is just amount, like it depends how you are using it. And if you think that your willpower, it starts from the day, like everything, like decisions what you have to make, like what kind of clothes in the morning, what clothes you are going to wear. If you are like, it's just an example what my wife loves to, it's her hobby, she knows it, she loves to uh, I think that what she can wear today, and she starts it already the process day before. So it's a kind of decision fatigue. She enjoys doing it. It's nothing wrong. And for me, it's like I just pick the first. I have basically the same clothes all the time. I'm not using a lot of willpower to decide what I'm going to wear today. It's on top of it, on top of my closet, what I'm wearing, and that's it. I don't look if they are fitting together. It's just an example, but those kind of decisions you are going to face several times in a day. It comes then for food, what you are going to eat. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go to your work? How you are going to go, if you are going to walk, if you are going to take a car, if you are going to use public transportation, um, all kind of decisions what you are going to make. Are you going to work out? I use now fitness examples, but there is so many decisions, and where you need willpower. If you are going to say that I'm not going to take fries, I'm going to take just baked potatoes, or what side you are going to take. Are you going to take a salad? Are you going to take something else? So all these kind of decisions, you have a limited amount of that willpower. And like I said, that there are several things that affect how much you have. Like it's a stress. There is a decision fatigue. Maybe it's lack of sleep, and all those things, they make that willpower to drop fast. So if you are consistently relying on willpower, it's a sign that your system needs an update and not more grit. Because if you, it's matter of time. Like if you are using that willpower method, that I have to get myself, I have to get my shit together, I have to stop doing it. You might be able to do it for a certain period of time, but then it will be only matter of time before you are letting it go in, and you say that fuck it, that's it. I have enough for this. I can't take it anymore. And then you are usually that is the moment when people are going, then that now it doesn't matter. I ruined kind of everything already, that now it doesn't matter. Or you are starting that thing that, okay, now it's Friday, I ruined it, everything week is ruined, so now it's Saturday, it's Sunday, it doesn't matter anymore, I will start over on Monday or maybe next month. And so of course that's the point, that when you are relying on your willpower. So just a point that you don't need to fight harder. You just need to get curious. And this is, tell it again, you don't need to fight harder. You need to get curious. So why these things are actually happening. So instead of asking, how do I stop myself? Ask, why am I reaching for food right now? So there are three questions. And if you are listening this, you have a chance to write notes. I would write these questions down. Like you don't have to write them now if you are driving or somewhere you don't have just some notes in your phone, or obviously if you have a pen and paper. But next time when you feel the urge to emotionally snack, try this. So number one question is that, what am I feeling right now? So name it. Is it going to be, is it stress? Is it sad? Are you tired? Are you anxious? Are you bored? So what you are feeling right now? Because that is the first step to kind of keep the diary. Because most people, they don't even know what is actually happening, what they are feeling, and they don't know that it might happen unconsciously, that you don't even realize that what is happening, what you are feeling, and it's just you are just that before you even realize that you have grabbed the snack, you have been eating it, and then you realize that what just happened. So if you beforehand, and it won't happen, you will forget sometimes, which is totally fine. But when you understand that this is actually going on, I'm now sitting in front of, I have been just eating my dinner. I'm seeing that I have urge to snack. Am I bored? Am I stressed? Am I sad? Am I tired? Am I anxious? So what kind of feeling? And once you are naming it, it helps you to become more conscious, to know what is actually going on. And once you name it, and you are like, okay, this is okay to have, because it's totally normal thing to being a human being, that you are having these kind of feelings. It's just the way how you are reacting. And that is question number one. You write it down, what you are feeling right now when it happens. And question number two is what do I really need? So do I really need a break? Do I really need a rest? Do I really need a connection? Do I need a support? So this is a good example. One of my clients was in a work, and uh, he he have built a habit, like it was always an afternoon, like around 3:30 afternoon. He was saying that he was just automatic habit was just that he was walking to cafeteria, bought some snack, eat it, having a little talk with a colleague, and then returned to working place to keep working. So there was just that thing was happening, that he was every time going for a snack, and he thought that it's a snack, it was a food, what he was craving. But when they were doing like he was doing it more often, and then we realized that it was not actually the food what he was missing. He was trying it, that okay, he just actually needed a break from work and that socializing event. So he went there, he replaced that habit. He was doing that, okay, now I kind of need socializing, I need a break. So it was just, he got up, he walked to cafeteria, had a chat with a colleague without eating a snack, and then got back into work, and it didn't change anything. It was just that the habit of having a break, having a moment of socializing, that was what he was craving. It was not about food, but of course he went to cafeteria, everybody was eating there, it was aligned, it was together that you had to eat something, but it was not actually that food what he was craving. It was just a break and socializing. So you could be doing like that. What is what you actually need? It might be a different what you are actually, how your behavior is doing. So there might be some different needs, what we need to urge or what we need to fulfill, but it might not be food. So it's hard to recognize what you are actually craving. So it might be totally something different than a food. But so if you now like he that one of my clients, we figured out that it was not food what he was craving. It was just a break, socializing, having a little chat with a colleague, and then returning back to work. So that was what was well needed. So it it is different, but once you start to become aware these things, what they are happening, why they are happening, that might change everything. So then question number 3 is that what's one thing I can do instead just for 5 minutes? And this is that 5 minute rule. It's a great example. And this is one of my favorite strategies is that, of course, I can tell what you need, but the simplest way is to set a timer for 5 minutes. You can use your phone, you can watch the clock if you have access, but simplest way is to just set a timer for your phone for 5 minutes. And during this 5 minutes, do something else. You just, it doesn't matter what you do. I will give you some examples what it could be, but it's just usually that 5 minutes gives you already to your brain enough time to make smarter decisions. Of course, it won't work every single time, but more often, if it works, even let's say that 10 out of 10 times, you would snack 10 times. And now you are able to reduce it for 8 times. You see, that is a progress. It's not about being perfect. It's not about getting totally rid of it. It's just to make these small improvements. So if that is helping to reduce it from 10 out of 10 to 8 out of 10, that is a progress. So examples, what you could be doing is just step out for the fresh air. If you have a possibility, going for 5 minutes, let the timer go down and go for outside to get some fresh air. Other good thing, what you could be doing within these 5 minutes is to do 10 deep breaths. So simplest way is just to breathe in through your nose, 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, and let it go out through your mouth for 6 to 9 seconds, 6 to 10 seconds, like really slowly. And repeat it for 10 times. And this is a great way to kind of relaxation, become aware where you are at the moment. And that's second way. Of course, you can combine of these things, but just pick one, what you think that could be helpful, or try different strategies. So number 3 strategy is to write down your thoughts. So you could be using your notes, you could be using pen and paper. So just what is going through in your mind, what you are thinking, if you are feeling those emotions like was in point 1 or point number 2, just writing it down, naming it that I'm stressed, I'm sad, I'm tired, I'm anxious, I'm bored, whatever is going through in your mind. Number 4 is text to a friend. Like if it's socializing, of course, you could be having a call. You could go if you have a chance to socialize, to actually talk with someone for just a couple of minutes, those 5 minutes, as you have that timer. So you are going to talk actually a friend. And then next strategy is just to drink big glass of water and have a pause before deciding. And next strategy is also to eat something else first. So it could be simplest way, if you have access, piece of fruit, some kind of source of protein, for example. So if it doesn't matter which fruit. If you crave for apple, it could be orange, doesn't matter, it could be strawberries, whatever fruit, like what is not probably number 1 on the list, what you are craving, but eating something else first. And then if you still feel like that you want to have your chocolate cookies or whatever you are craving, then go for it. But first you have to wait 5 minutes, eat something else before. So those are just the simple rules, what you should be doing within those 5 minutes, and then making that decision again, that if you are going to have it or you are not going to have it. So as I said, the goal is not trying to be perfect, because only thing what you are trying to do is you are trying to build a pause between emotion and action. Because more often than not, it happens that there is no break. You don't have time even to think about it, that you get that urge to eat. And then before you even notice, you have that thing what you are urging, you want to have, you are already eating it. So it's just about practicing to being not perfect, but building a pause between that action and emotion. So how then to build better habits? So here is what is helping in a long term. So number one is always often what I see with that snacking is that eat enough during the day. So more often than not, what I see when we talk with my clients about these things is that you are under eating on your main meals. So this happens like that, either people often they try to skip their breakfast, they try to eat only salad for lunch, and then later on during the day you feel like that you are snacking all the time. So if you are under eating, you will have stronger cravings and those emotional triggers. So, and then number two is for how to build better habits is build a snack ritual you actually enjoy. So you don't have to eliminate snacks, but you can change how you do them. So you are slowing down, you have plate of your snacks and you enjoy it with intention. So this is it's a great example. What I use for myself is that because I know that at the moment it's kind of habitual thing that it's hard to break, that I don't tell myself that I can't have anything, but I set some kind of limits for myself for that snacking. Like for example, for me, it's 300 calories after a dinner, and this have helped so much. So within the 300 calorie budget I have, there is an option. It's not that I can't do it. I don't rely to my willpower. I can do it, but there is a limit for it. So, and why I love this 300 calorie rule is that there is always decision. I can have my chocolate, I can have my cookies, I can have ice cream, but there is a limit that I can't have it, that it's not going to be whole pack of chips or a sleeve of Oreos, cookies, or whatever. There is going to be limits. So, and if there are days that I feel like that I might be actually hungry. So then I can have Greek yogurt with strawberries, which is one of my favorite snacks. I could be adding scoop of protein powder if there is like some, even with some taste. Some like if I have some tasty protein powder, you can actually add it. You don't have to mix it with water. You can add it into your Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, and then or adding simply some berries there. Like what are your favorite at this point? Like we have here in Italy already very delicious strawberries. So they are my favorite thing. So and I can have a lot of those things like low fat Greek yogurt, 60 calories per 100 grams. So let's say that with 300 calories, I could have 250 grams of Greek yogurt, 150 grams. That's 150 calories. And strawberries are around 30 calories per 100 grams. So I could have 250 grams of Greek yogurt, 500 grams of strawberries. And that is more or less that 300 calories. So there is a lot of volume if I'm hungry. And it's something what I kind of enjoy eating. So it's not about that you can't have anything. It's just that, or then of course, some days that I want to have, I tell to myself that I don't want that much food. That is too much now. Of course, I can eat less, but also I can replace that 150 calories what I have left. I can have my 2 cookies or whatever. And of course, your number don't have to be 300. You could be having 400. You could be having 200 or 150, whatever number you are happy with. And this is just my example how I try to do it myself, and maybe you can find your own way what is actually doing it, and then enjoying with intention. So this is number 2, how to build those better habits. And number 3 is practicing non-food coping tools. So for example, making kind of a comfort menu of things that relax or recharge you. So it could be a bubble bath, it could be walk, it could be listening music, doing some stretches or mobility work. So kind of things what you are actually helping you to relax or recharge you without actually eating something. So, and then number three is to change the environment. So if it's in front of you, you will likely eat it. If it's out of sight, you will make more mindful choices. And this is the way how I like to do it. Like that, if I first of all, if I know that I have at home some chocolate, I will eat it. But if I don't have it at home, it's very unlikely that I go to do it. And a good way, some ways, what I have used this for my clients, that we created rules that you are not, if you have a problem that you know that you have something, some food, like of course there are some people who kind of tend to say that, I have a children, they need some chocolate, so I have to have them at home. But if you have a possibility that you don't have these foods at home, and that you are allowed to eat them, but the only way you can go to get them and what you want is to go to supermarket. If it's in a walking distance, or you have to walk there, if it's like close where you are living, go to supermarket, buy only portion what you will eat right away, but you are not allowed to eat it right away. You have to bring it at home and eat that portion at home, but you have to eat, you can't buy some family box or something. It's only amount what you are going to eat right away, but that you are not eating it right after, you are bringing it home. So you are practicing that kind of habit that it's at home. It's okay to eat it at home, but there is amount what you are okay to eating with. But it's kind of, makes that environment, it makes that decision a lot harder, because more often than not, if you know that you can actually do it, but there is something else what you have to do before, it's more often than not you said, this is too far, I'm too lazy, I don't want to do it, and then you decide that I'm okay actually without it. But not kind of creating these rules that it's either yes or no, or then you buy it and you have it at home. So I'm kind of trying to change that environment, and that it's not off limits. You can have it, but there is always some kind of rule what you need to do before head. So then if you have to also give yourself praise and celebrate that awareness, because if you are not celebrating these small wins, your brain will never understand. Because usually what I say is that you are celebrating if you are able to be without snacking or without your food for a certain period of time. That is kind of all or nothing thinking. But progress isn't about never emotionally eating again, because it's all about noticing sooner, having more tools, choosing what supports you, not what sabotages you. So celebrate every time when you pause, when you reflect, or choose something different. And if you do snack emotionally, that's okay. You learn from it. You shouldn't feel any guilt, because you are human being, and that is a normal thing to happen, and it will happen. I don't know anyone who will never do it, who is able to stop it completely and never do it again. But just that when you are recognizing that you are actually having one of these signs, noticing sooner, having more tools, choosing what supports you, every time when you are able to pause, reflect, or choose something different, that is some time to celebrate that awareness. So I hope this helps, like these tools were helpful. You find something, of course, you don't need to start trying to do everything. If you pick 1, 2, 3 things, you have those 3 questions what to ask. And here is just a little summary before we wrap up this episode. So here is what I want you to take away from today. So you don't need more willpower. You need better tools. awareness is the first win. And practice these 3 questions. And those questions were that, what am I feeling right now? What do I really need? And what's the one thing I can do instead, just for 5 minutes? And you are setting that timer, visible timer, that you are seeing that how that 5 minutes have passed. And then stock your toolbox with the comfort strategies that aren't just food, and give yourself permission to be work in a progress. So it's not about perfection, it's about work in a progress. So if this episode helped you, send it to a friend or take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram stories. And if emotional eating is something you have been struggling with and you are ready for support, check out my coaching options at Turo on my website, personaltrainerturo.com. And I will put link to show notes if you want to check it out. You can, of course, always email me, turo@fitmeturo.com. So let's break the cycle together and build something that actually lasts. Talk to you soon, and thank you so much for listening.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast.